Welcome back, everybody. We're going to do a live stream today for New York Open. New York just opened and Bitcoin is just ripping up. We're finally in this golden pocket zone, really close to the 786 and into a very high time frame order block. So I'm watching around this area to see if we can get signs of a distribution to come down and have a nice retracement, at least back down to VWAP. We do have this trend line that I've been watching the entire time since back over here. So it was once support, acting as resistance and resistance again. However, if we take a look at ES, we can see that it has just been ripping up, making new all-time highs over and over and over again this week. So Bitcoin might just follow. So I'm also keeping my eyes on this to see if we're going to create a nice SFP here or we're just going to continue to climb today. So could be one of those days where it's a long button only day and just squeezing shorts out, at least on Bitcoin over and over and over again, and squeezing premature shorts out on ES. So as we sit and chill and let everyone join, I'm going to sit and do some TA on ES as well as some other assets. Okay. That was a very nice liquidity level here at 77.1. Let's see if we can load some more data on Bookmap finally. Let's do a 36-hour load. Before I dive in on doing some TA on ES, I am looking at this little area for potential short. See if we get some large absorption here. Welcome everybody watching on YouTube. Glad to have y'all. So let's see. Yo, what's going on, man?
How's it going?
Doing good, man. Just fired up the live on YouTube. So as I was telling them, I'm just kind of doing some TA on ES, but also looking at this area here for a short on Bitcoin too. See if we get some nice absorption in this area. You know, we've already started a lot of buying at the highs, but you got to be careful on days like this, and it could be just short squeezing all the way up. So guys on YouTube, if you can in the chat, how is the volume on the music? Let me know if the music is too loud. Just curious. So all right, yeah, I'd like this to go a little bit higher.
Music's good on YouTube. It's not overpowering the voice or anything.
Nice. Perfect, yeah. Hallinan, we can go over some of your settings too in the live today. I think that'd be kind of cool to do, to take a look at, if you want to, of course, you know, if you can share your screen without, on Discord.
Yeah.
Looking at Quantower.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a really good thing for us to start doing is looking at some other order flow software, just in case someone doesn't want to use Bookmap or Market Monkey. There are some other great options out there for a ton of different reasons. And I do want to go over some of that today as well, because Quantower is another great order flow software I used to use all the time, especially in prop firms. And, you know, a lot of people here might want to start, you know, some prop firm challenges or doing some of those direct to funded prop firms. And Quantower is just an amazing execution platform. I mean, lightning fast execution. It also has like the auto calculate size, so you're not sitting there trying to scalp and calculate your position size, and you really shouldn't, you know. So you definitely need to use or utilize some really good tools like that. But we'll dive into sorry, looking back over here at Market Monkey now at Bitcoin on that absorption wall, or that sell wall getting absorbed. Let's see. I'm going to set an alert here. Let's see where our sessions are. Definitely set an alert on this naked point of control. We are in the liquidity pocket on ES. Very high time frame. Yeah, so next for Bitcoin, I want to see it fall under and keep, you know, stay below this trend line in New York Open. Maybe we can catch a short back down to VWAP. There he is. He has entered the chat.
No.
Such a good entrance.
Yeah, answering your question or your rather statement on YouTube, also considering deep charts. It depends on what deep charts is really going to offer. It's a little bit ambiguous so far. I've been following them for some time now. To see if that's going to be a good platform to use. I'm always very weary about new platforms because a lot of well, let's just put it this way. Every order flow platform has bugs and issues all the time. So it's a combination of a few things. Deep chart, number one, from the idea I'm gathering from what I've seen so far, it's going to be futures based and traditional assets based. So I'm not very sure it's going to offer order flow for crypto exchanges, especially aggregated crypto exchanges. So it depends on what you're trading, number one. Not all order flow software is oriented towards crypto because order flow crypto is extremely different than order flow for futures. It's a whole different set of tools. It's a whole different set of backend because there's no centralized exchanges. There's no centralized order books. So you have to do a lot of digging on the back end to connect to tons of different exchanges. And from what I gather, everything I've seen from deep charts is all about futures. So if you're a futures trader, it could be a great platform. Don't get me wrong. but I need to test it out before I can, before I can really commit to saying that Deep Charts is going to be a good platform to be on. It might be. I have a lot of questions first. I want to see how they route their orders for execution. Are you even going to be able to execute on the platform? It seems like you can from what I've seen. I just haven't seen enough of it. And is it going to be available for Mac OS and Windows? So there's a lot of different things to look at when we're looking at different platforms. I like to let those newer platforms breathe a little bit and to see how they end up, as far as bugs and issues, stability, execution. Like, is their execution going to match something as good as Sierra Charts or Quantower, because they have lightning fast execution. So yeah, there's going to be a number of things I'm going to be considering. Another thing I would throw out there that actually looks more appealing to me right now would be Atas, however you want to say it, ATAS. They are coming in with a new redesign right now as we speak, and it's going to be Atas X. And they are finally offering a pretty much a big overhaul on their entire software, new heat maps. They're going to pretty much be replicating the bookmap bubbles, as everyone has been trying to do for years now. Quantower's tried to replicate it. Sierra Charts is trying to replicate it for years now, and it's just not quite as good. It's okay, but it's not as good. So yeah, there's a lot of things to consider, but right now I'm still in love with bookmap. They are keying on what they offer, and that visualization with the heat map and the bubbles and everything like that. Market Monkey is king as far as aggregation goes and the customization of everything for crypto and crypto focused tools. Like, crypto has open interest, net longs, net shorts. You're not going to get anything like that with futures. Futures does not offer open interest because they only release open interest data at the end of day. There's no real-time open interest in futures, right? So yeah, different set of tools for different assets. So everyone needs to be aware of that. So Deep Charts recently famous because Fabio, the trading, yeah, I get that. They're trying to run off the steam of Fabio and his accomplishments. That's great. And I know he's a futures trader, so that's probably what that's going to be oriented towards. But again, I don't care who's endorsing it or sponsoring it. I want to see what the platform's capable of for the platform itself. I don't care whose face or name is behind the platform. Because you could say the same thing about Market Monkey. Well, luxury. Yeah, that's his name. Luxury. He was a big part in helping develop ExoCharts for many years. And he's a great guy. He's a great resource as well. But now he's behind the scenes on Market Monkey. So, anyways. Anybody taking the short? It looks potentially like another trap, but we did fall under New York VWAP, so I'm watching this back test right now. Sveto, how's it going, buddy?
I took the short.
Nice. Yeah, we did get some nice absorption right here.
Yeah.
Nice buying here.
78 400, but I don't like this how they're not pushing here.
Yeah, the thing I'm just afraid of is with this massive uptrend here, might be short squeeze territory,
Yeah, I already got fucked 2 times.
Yeah.
Trying to short it. It got squeezed.
That was a nice little rejection right there.
Let's see. I hope they reject from here.
So good morning, everybody on YouTube and in the Discord. Glad everyone can join us. And in today's stream, if anyone has any questions, let's chat. Anything about platforms, about order flow, about trading, different assets, or if you want to pop a question in the chat or pop a trade in the chat too. Like if you have a trade that you took, whether it be a good trade or bad trade, we can always go over those. And let's check out Bookmap. What's going on? Is it actually loading data today?
I think it is.
I got
At
bubbles.
least mine is loading finally.
Mine is still struggling here. It's like halfway loaded.
Everything seems fine now, honestly.
My importing is stuck, so maybe that will load eventually. Oh, there it goes. Holy shit, it's doing it. Hell yeah, Bookmap. Thank you. Bookmap is back. All right, let's take a look at ES as well. I took a number of scalps on ES late in the day yesterday, trying to get oriented back into trading ES, and it's a very different style of trading. As far as like scalping and going off of ticks and everything like that. I wouldn't say a very different style of trading. It just the way you trade it and manage your trades a little bit different here and there. Especially when you're scalping. And if you start trading ES, you'll see what I'm talking about. But you'll start to see that the pullbacks on ES versus Bitcoin, very, very shallow. Kind of like this pullback right here. Yeah, they're trying to push up again. Yeah,
No,
kind of
push down.
Yeah.
Not push up, push down.
I mean, we have 2 daily sitting above us.
Yeah.
And a weekly open as well right here. But we just smacked into that 786 right here. So if it's gonna reverse, time is now. Maybe a little bit higher, but if we go much higher, I think we're just gonna really rip up, to be honest with you. And I would want to see one of these areas above us, one of the major zones, getting above 80,000. Or really right around 80,000. That first naked point of controls at 81. That'd be the first spot I'm looking at.
You're not streaming here, by the way.
What now?
You're not streaming here. Are you only on YouTube?
Oh yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Sorry everybody. Good thing. Good looking out. Appreciate it. Good looking out. I'm back. We're back.
ES just took its high again. Just had a real quick little pump up.
Okay. We'll do some quick TA on ES. I want to see if we get back down to the value area high here, even breaking below this value area low. And the top of this demand range here, and of course this naked point of control. So we're going to mark out some levels on ES. Nothing too crazy, just some levels close by.
Can't see the stream yet. Nothing is loading.
In
the Discord.
In the Discord? Really?
Yep.
Come on, man. No one can see my screen at all?
No, it's just grey in Discord.
Well, damn. Okay. See if we can fix that real quick here. I mean, sharing screen is tough sharing. Let's redo that. See what we can do. Come on. Let me know if that comes through or not.
Yeah, that works.
Nice.
Nice work.
Good, good. Okay. So we are good on YouTube. Yes, that's still good. All right. So we have a nice naked daily VWAP and naked point of control together here. That's going to be a nice level to watch out for. And I'm going to copy and paste that here. And we'll do 2 more here. Anything below that, I doubt we're going to get to today. Maybe, but I doubt. Man, yeah, I feel like today might just be one of those days where it's like a long only button day. Like, be careful on the shorts. This thing could just continue to short squeeze and short squeeze over and over again. So let's take a look at our session volume profiles, but I want to look at the weekly. I already looked at the dailies. So I'm gonna, that's a very nice level. Okay. And I want to take a look at the monthly as well. Wow, the monthly is not that far away, actually. Definitely mark that guy out. Okay. And if anybody wants me to do any TA on anything, let me know. Let's see what's going on here. All right, at this point, this would be my last acceptable trend line draw. If it goes above that, I'm deleting it. Yeah, be careful on the shorts, guys. I mean, at this point, you might want to be searching for a long, a back test, like a break and retest type of long. Let's see if we can get back down here to near VWAP.
We had a 375 sell wall on ES right at the top, which got completely eaten through in one bubble.
Yeah. Yeah. I would look to see if it comes back down below that. With hopefully they don't come back in and support. Oops. Let's go in here and see what happened here. Yeah, they ate that up and swept the books. I mean, 900, yeah. That's why you saw that surge up. Swept the books. Lots of slippage there. Yeah, this thing's just on a massive run. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, next level on ES is 7,300. I was looking at that level yesterday. And I was like, there's no way in hell we're going to go up there. Well, I might be wrong on that, guys. There is definite possibility that we make it to 7,300 today. And look at that support come in right here. Yeah, especially on ES, you're only going to get really shallow pullbacks, especially on days like this. Usually. Sometimes you do get a nice crash down and take some of these imbalances too, though, which is also a great opportunity to take a long off of a single print. And if you don't have order flow, you can look at your TPO on TradingView for single prints. But we're going to watch this in real time. See if we get some absorption here. I really wish Bookmap also had some alerts that you could set on here. That would be really nice. All right, that's 72.85. So we're going to set an alert on ES. We probably need to pop down to 15. So I want to know if we come back down to that liquidity level, if it does stay there. Wow, this thing's ripping up, man. And I'm pulling out the second liquidity pocket here. And I'm putting an alert right before that, just in case it decides to just go parabolic here, which absolutely could. It's a massive daily order block. All right, let's finish some of this out. See if we can get through some order blocks really quick. Yeah, this is just a massive demand zone here. Is anybody in a long? If you are, I would definitely hold it and leave a runner.
I just took a very quick scalp long,
Nice.
but I closed it there because it's only one contract, so it's in or out.
Hey, that's all good. I would really love it to come back down to VWAP.
No, never mind.
I mean, this is just a massive demand area. Okay, so we got some levels on ES. We're gonna watch. And let me know if anyone wants TA done on anything else. We can do that too.
Damn it, I should have held to 73. Gonna hit it.
Yeah, I think that liquidity is going to be the magnet.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, ES is... That's the beautiful thing about trading ES. I mean, you can cover some ground so quickly and make some massive moves in just like, you know, 5, 10, 30 minutes.
I was long from 7249
Yeah.
and closed it way too early. It would have been a very nice trade.
$7,300.
He's turning over, bro. Got a I only see 18% on the Delta flip though. No CBD there. Bookmap has one though.
Now, these are times I really do like to look at positioning to see what's going on here. But wow. I mean, we still have a lot of shorts opening up here even. Ooh, they might get squeezed. Maybe we can come back down to this little demand area. Yeah, looks like it's trying. Put in about 1,000 buys right there really quick. Really want to find an entry on ES. So I'm hunting here. Oh wow.
It took a turn too.
So far, yeah. It's probably the best pullback we've had this morning. That's for sure. But now I might be trapping these shorts here, so I'm looking. I really want to get above this right here, though. There's a large lot tracker on 72.93. So I really want to see that get pulled or eaten through here before I hop in. Come on, there we go. There it is. Nice. Keep going though. Push. Nice support here on this real short back test. See support coming in at the last second. These are little, like, tiny little icebergs right there. but they really got a hold. Poor job, guys. Come on. Poor job. Oh, maybe we'll actually get a deeper retracement. Going back down to New York VWAP would be amazing for a long setup. And we got stacked liquidity at 72.80 and 72.76 on ES. Let's see if we can break this high. Take a look at Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin's holding the line at New York VWAP as well. This looks like it's going to be support. Really need the delta to step up for another delta flip though here. But I do like the look of how much buying, aggressive buying is going on here. All right, gonna have to give that some time to breathe. Go over here and look at Bitcoin on Bookmap now. So nice that Bookmap finally fixed their data issues. God. Oh man. I swear. Does this happen every Friday, guys?
What? A dinosaur?
Yeah.
Bro.
I swear to God, I draw this every fucking Friday now.
Remind me of this guy who used to draw cats.
Dude, I can't not see it now. That's the problem. Like it's weird.
What usually happens after that? It dumps, right?
It usually dumps, but it usually takes a while though. At least the last two times it happened. I'm pretty sure. I can't even remember because I didn't take it seriously. I didn't like. I'm not gonna sit here and say that this is an actual pattern, but yeah. I mean, it looks like a dinosaur, like a seahorse, you know. But I guess traditionally you would kind of see this as a bull flag. But like, yeah, like how can you not see this little seahorse here? Dinosaur, or whatever. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see this as like a break and retest here of this weekly open and 2 daily levels right here. come up to the previous week high, or here, or hell, even just go up to this zone here. Yeah. So usually what I'd like to look for is some type of accumulation here on a lower time frame. You know, you're getting that nice rounded bottom here. We're going to call it tap 1, tap 2, tap 3 situation, right? And this is your supply zone that's been keeping us down. So if we break, that's what I'd be looking for. All right. I'm moving my stop loss into profit on my ES long. That's looking good. I want to see this keep going up. That's going to look good. All right, let's see what's happening here on ES really quick. I'm actually going to take some profits here prematurely. Sometimes they like to front run these little guys. And this is my first trade of the day, so I'm choking this out with my stop loss. Yep. Potential SFP of the highs here. Could do another retracement back to this imbalance here. And remember, if anyone's taken module 4 in the course, you know in bookmap that this is seen as stacked imbalances. That'd be our retest area, that's stacked imbalance. But I just got stopped out. I want to see this reaction here. Let's do it. Wow. That was a hard rejection on Bitcoin. Like, this is not a good look here. Like, when you see this, this is just major fighting indecision. Like, whenever you're close to 0%, again, that's just telling you that both sides were pretty much equal in its attempt and its aggression.
Where were you circling? The statistics or the data value?
You can look at it either through the candles itself and see like these real tight small candles, or you can even call them like doji candles or whatnot. But also anytime your delta percentage down here in the bar statistics is close to 0, that's just telling you both sides, like no one really outweighed one or the other. Both sides are putting in the same amount of aggression.
Yeah.
So this is kind of indecision. Sometimes this can be the calm before the storm also, because you see it just kind of flat, 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 and then eventually one side's going to give out. One side's going to exhaust out, right? That's what always happens. Yeah. That's going to be like your basic chop before the big move gets put in one way or the other. And of course, we can't predict what's going to happen. But once we see one side start to give out, that's the clear signal, right? So that's what you'd be looking for here. Damn, nice trade, DB. Love it, man. Yeah, you caught that pump, didn't you? Of course you did. DB gets all the good trades. I'm actually just trying to follow him now. Come on, ES, are you really going to front run this 73? I had a feeling you were, and that's why I took profits here. Or it's just going to mess around and just blow right through it. And then I'll probably wish I would have stayed in that long. And we did get that absorption at that level. Shit. I missed that. But yeah, we're starting to create like triple highs right here on ES. And of course, you have to remind yourself this is very low time frame. Ooh, that's not looking good for Bitcoin. Yeah, looks like we did kind of put in a distribution here. Very, very weird distribution. I don't like it at all. But we might get a nice retracement for another potential long here. Let's see what we got here. So there's a 15-minute block. Have two of them. One here. And I'll also take this one here as well. Let's go over here and watch Bitcoin. Come on, trap these guys. Get back above New York VWAP. Let's continue the pump train. Nice flush of selling coming in, but size is kind of bleak.
Size doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is relative. It matters, but it's relative. You're right. I mean, if we have zero liquidity sitting here, it doesn't have much to knock through. Come on, lift it. Yeah, I don't like the look of this as a top. I think that's short-term pullback top. I mean, I would want to see like a nice crystal clear distribution. And that just looks really weird to me. Oh, ES did it. CBD is just straight up. Steadily climbing, steadily climbing. Coming back in here again at 73.01. They might be trying to actually defend this level here. Alan, you taking any good trades with Quant Tower today?
Yeah, I've had, I think, 4 or 5 little scalps.
Nice. How are you liking it?
It's
Good.
taken some getting used to.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Every platform has good and bad things. There's not one that's perfect.
Yeah, but for the first half of the day, I was just trying to set it up to mirror what I like on MMT.
Yeah.
And I'm nearly there, not quite. There's a few things I'd like to change, but...
How do you like the execution?
Oh, it's very nice. Just executing straight from the platform. It's instant.
Yeah, very lightning fucking fast, right? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even watching the candles on Quant Tower, you will see, like if you put them side by side and watch the candles on TradingView, you don't get to see all the ups and downs that you see on Quant Tower that you see on TradingView. I'm sorry, vice versa. Like these candles build so slowly, like you don't see all the back and forth that you see on Quant Tower. Quant Tower is super duper low latency.
One issue I've run into, though, is that I don't have the CME package on TradingView, which I've never really paid attention to ES in detail.
Yeah.
And now I am. I've realized TradingView is kind of pointless for me. I can set some levels if they're far away.
Right,
but then my alerts are going to go off 15 minutes after the event.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
I forgot about that.
I've been trying to, you can set alerts on Quant as well, so I'm trying to just do
nice.
some TA on Quant and set the alerts there.
Yeah, luckily the TradingView CME package I think is only like $7, so it's not terrible. But yeah, it's just.
I think you have to have the top package to add it on. I might be wrong about that. I had a quick look earlier.
On TradingView?
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to be like in a premium package already or something to even add that? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so I
Oh,
think I'm like tier 3, and I think you need to be tier 4 to be able to add it, which is
really?
weird. If you're going to pay for it anyway, they should just offer it to
How many tiers
anyone
do
who
they
wants to pay
have
for it.
now?
I think it's just 4 tiers.
Oh, I mean, I think I'm only on tier 3, and I've had it for years. You should be
Really?
able to add
Maybe I
it.
need to look at it
I'm
again.
almost,
Yeah, maybe I need
yeah,
to look.
I'm almost positive you should be able to add it, and I'm pretty sure it's only like $7. Um, yeah, it's another fee, which sucks. I get it. And if you can, if you can just do what you need to do on Quant Hour, then yeah, don't worry about it. But just good to know, I guess.
Hmm.
Well, it's really getting stuck here. See, look at the size coming in, but it's just steadily getting absorbed here. Yeah, if we can get back over New York VWAP, I'm probably going to pull a long here. If we get some longs really stepping in. But right now, I'd want to see a nice delta flip here. Yeah, there's just not anything too interesting here as far as shorts. I don't think I would just hop into a short just yet. It's very interesting. I believe that last week we had this little dinosaur. We also had a daily level that it rejected from as well, which is crazy. And we have 2 dailies here. One daily has been tapped into like 3 or 4 times throughout here. But it always ends up falling back under. Yeah, I mean, that could also be the third tap of distribution as well. Or maybe just a retest. ES distribution looks a little bit better here. We have a clear break. Very, very clean break. Now we're potentially sweeping. this liquidity here. Yeah. All right. Nice one, Sveto. Anyone have any questions in the chat? Any trades you want to go over? Any questions on the course? Anything at all?
I just found the add-on for TradingView. I assume it's a CME
Yeah.
data. Yeah, you're right. It's £7 or $7. Whatever.
£7. Yes. Win module 5, man. I'll tell you what, me and module 5 right now, we're fighting. I'm frustrated with module 5. Module 5 is a very big module. Actually, module 5 and module 6 are like super duper important for this course. So I am trying to make it like the best of the best. And it's going to be, as you can probably tell, every module we get into further and further, it's getting deeper and deeper. And module 5 is the first module where we're going to be teaching everything all together, all the combined behaviors. And it's going to be like the first module where we're going to be teaching the entry confirmations, right? And then we're going to dive deeper and deeper. And we're going to be putting all of that into a framework, into further structure, because there's a lot of very unique and very distinct rule sets, or rather I'd like to say guidelines, that are going to be matched with everything. Everything's going to be put into tiers and levels of different prioritization. But I would say for module 5, it's probably going to take 2 or 3 weeks. And because of that, I'm probably not going to drop it all at once. So, I'm probably going to start dripping out a few modules a few lessons inside module 5 at a time. So, everyone's not waiting around, right? So yeah, I might start doing this different, instead of just like waiting until one module is done to release it. Like, as every lesson, or maybe every 2 or 3 lessons is, hold on, I gotta take profits on this short. Yeah, we're just gonna close that. That's nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that. Where was I at? Yeah. So we're probably going to be releasing this more frequently as each lesson is done and completed. I'm not going to wait until the entire module is completed, because what I want to start doing with y'all in these live sessions, I want y'all to start asking questions and let's go over like some of the deep understandings of everything we're learning in the course. Go over some of your trades. Like, I want to see y'all trading. I want to see y'all starting to apply what y'all are learning. And I mean, I know y'all are going to have questions, right? Or is the course that good to where y'all really understand everything. That's flattering. But, you know, I would like to think you'll probably have some questions at some point in time. So yeah, to answer that, I'm not going to try to make you all wait longer than like 2 weeks, right, before I put something out. So we're going to just steadily release lessons as they come out and get completed. So maybe by next week, we'll maybe upload the maybe lesson 1, 2, maybe even lesson 3. I think right now I have 11 lessons planned for module 5, and then module 6, I think it's going to actually be a little longer, around 15 to 16 lessons. It's getting pretty deep. Because yeah, again, this part of the course is extremely important, so it needs to be extremely thorough. And the reason it's taking a little bit longer than everything else is, number one, it's more complicated. And I want to make sure I do a very damn good job of explaining it. That also I have plenty of examples to go over, and that takes a little bit of time to record examples sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes some examples are very, very easy to find, and other times you need really good replays. So it just depends on the topic at hand and what we're teaching in that lesson. But yeah, that is my plan. And how is everyone liking module 3 and 4? I mean, the course in general. Thank you. Yeah, can't wait. I appreciate that. Love the course. Awesome. Yeah, I'm really trying to dive deep in and that was another thing I forgot to mention when I was actually trying to explain another reason why it's going to take a little bit longer is because everything we're doing right now in module 5 and module 6 has deep importance to module 10 and beyond. So everything we're doing now, I'm kind of concurrently compiling module 10, 11, 12, and 13 all at the same time, because everything we're doing now is forward pointing to those modules. So it's a weird kind of back and forth that I have to go through, because it's almost like you have to work backwards, because the framework of module 10, 11, and 12 are extremely important. And everything has to be worked through the phase of 7. I'm sorry, the rule of 7, and each phase of the rule of 7. So I have to make sure that everything is sticking to that framework that you're not really going to be able to put together in, module 5 and 6, but it's all building towards that. So I have to make sure it's done in a certain way. Well, now I'm kind of upset I didn't take the short from 73. I did catch a short when we broke that this line here. Where are we at? I did catch a short here, and I took it down right about here. Did go a little bit lower, but it was really good profit, so I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and take that. And then let's take a look. 5. We're going to take a look at. Okay. So what I want to do now here on ES anyways, I want to see if we can come back into this break zone right here. So basically what I'm looking at is, if we do end up going much further down, we broke that, and I want to see a retest of that there. So yeah, we'll see if we get that. I'm going to set an alert here and an alert right around that green line. We can get rid of this guy now. I want to take a quick look at TPO here. don't know why I didn't mark that out earlier. Definitely need that one in there. So I'm putting an alert here because I want to see if we come back into value. Actually, I'm going to move this up a little bit because we do have some single prints right here. Just one little single print. We also have a double row of single prints right here. So the next potential long trade could come like that, or could dip back into value, have a nice fake out like it's going to break into value, and then just pull right back out again. So I'm looking at this single print here and this single print here for fast rejection or bounce. So we can keep our eyes on that. I'm going to pull back to the 5 here on that. Let's take a look at the session volume profiles as well while we're here. I want to see where value is on our sessions. So it's trying to do that now on the SVPs. Whoops, stop that. And we have a very big volume or liquidity void here. Big imbalance. So yeah, if we can maintain over the value area high here, and the developing value area high doesn't just like move up on us, you know, if value area high is here and we keep putting in more volume here, more volume, and then value area moves here and traps, that's something I also look for. Or if it even comes down and supports. So since this profile is still developing, have to watch out for those movements as well. Even more so if the point of control comes up here. If we keep trading here for some time, this volume is going to build out here. And if it builds out more than this, the point of control will move up to here and we'll find support there. So that's something else I'm going to be looking out for here. But it looks like our dinosaur pattern is actually working the same way it did before. I think I'm going to make that a thing now, guys. I think that's a new pattern. What the fuck? I don't know about that, bro. Yeah. Next to the turtle soup. The good old turtle soup strategy. Anybody use the turtle soup strategies? All right, that's looking pretty good for a retest. Let's see what happens here. I don't like that it's all of a sudden point of control shifted up, shifted down. We're trying to reclaim New York VWAP here, but we have resistance right in the way. But let's see if they pull and allow for a nice breakout. Looks like they pulled and moved it up higher. Very, very slight CVD divergence here. Take a look at Bitcoin. Whoa. Why did I do that? Oh, okay, we're back. All good. See, this looks like a nice little mini accumulation right here on Bitcoin as well. Sweep the lows. What is CBD looking like here? Nothing crazy. We're getting any type of hidden? Nope. Nope. Nothing to speak of there. But we do have some, damn, okay. Do have some decent liquidity levels to the upside here on Bitcoin. Maybe we can come back and make this look like a better distribution here. I would prefer that because I don't like this as a top. Yeah, I don't even want to see this as a distribution so far. Could be a very, very nice delta flip here. We did get that delta divergence here on our delta candles. We reclaim New York Open. That's going to be pretty strong here. So New York is trying to stay in control. And just continue pushing. Time to squeeze the shorts. Let's see if they can make that happen. Back at value area high on this profile. And we do have a VWAP deviation here, which isn't much, but hey, worth noting. Anybody else taking any trades today? Nice. Nice, nice. And if anyone wants me to look at any other assets, we can take a look at it. Hell, anything you want to. ES and Q, silver, gold, altcoins, you name it. We can take a look at it, do some quick TA. Just let me know what assets you want to see, and like, are you scalping it, day trading it, swing trading it? Let me know. Damn, that was a nice rejection. Man, ES is coming in on the scalps today. That's all I've been trading today, by the way. I've taken 2 trades on ES. Both very, very nice scalps. And this looks like a mini distribution here. See if we can come back down to the point of control. I'd rather see it sweep this one more time and really start trapping a lot of longs. I mean, this is not a ton of trapped longs. The 300 there is pretty nice though. Could be better, but could be worse too. But man, if we can really reclaim New York VWAP here on ES, yeah, you're really going to start trapping some shorts down here. 600's heavy for ES. You have almost 1,000 up here as well. But that's right around that break line from earlier. So I want to see if these shorts defend their positions here. And that's where that 1 minute order block is. Aligns with these two liquidity, the stacked liquidity here. And that structure break. But usually when like ES has these really nice trend line breaks on entries, and it's something you really kind of need to back test. I absolutely hate book maps, drawing tools. But anyways, ES really responds to these clean trend line breaks. And that's, again, why I love ES so much, and why you hear me and probably a shit ton of other people tell you that ES just respects levels in a very precise, clean way. Meaning it doesn't have a lot of crazy wicks most of the time, anyways. Now, if you're like New York Open, fresh 9:30, 9:45, yeah, it can get a little crazy. But like, past 10 o'clock, you usually have this kind of very nice clean behavior. Same thing here. You know, usually when you have these clean trend line breaks, it's usually good enough for a nice scalp. Again, needs to be at a level, of course, and you need to see your order flow confirmations. I wouldn't use that alone by any means. Yeah, Bitcoin is looking like it's supporting at the value area high in the session so far. But man, it's taking its sweet ass time, isn't it? And I'm not gonna lie, this just looks like a redistribution here. Kind of a funky head and shoulders. I don't know if we're gonna get back up here for a short. Come on, give me one chance to get short here. Well, it is reclaiming New York Open finally. It's a nice displacement candle. We do have some inducement on this. I think it was like a 10-minute order block here. 15. This one right here was a decent sign of strength here. I just don't like how it's starting to fall off right here either, though. Starting to get that divergence from here. So we can't really spike delta right here. It's just gonna fall over.
Getting a little bit of absorption on ES as well at the same time.
So how do you want to share your screen, Hallinan? Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me take a look at what your Quan Tower's looking like. I hate this thing right there. Oh, that's me. Let me go over here.
So I've just been trying to mirror what I like on MMT.
Yeah.
So CVD is a line, volume delta, bar statistics. This blue line's daily VWAP.
Okay, so you have volume delta percentage here.
One small thing that I really don't like, and I can't find a way to fix it, is that you don't see wicks on any candles. Let's zoom in here. Like you just don't see the wick, and obviously it ends where the footprint chart is ending. So you know where the wick is.
Right.
But it's just like a little.
But you don't see it visually.
Annoyance. Yeah, I don't know why. It just annoys me.
Man, I'm sure there's a way to put that on there.
Yeah, I spent about longer than I should have on ChatGPT trying to get wicks on the candles. And
so when you go here to your candle drop down, what other options you have right there? What is Quan Tower?
I don't know. I don't see it doing anything. I put it on earlier. It doesn't seem to change anything, so I'm not really sure. I've not bothered to Google it.
Interesting. I mean, it could be in the settings, but damn, I mean, it's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get used to it. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, it's been a couple years since I've used it. Shit.
Yeah, I should have taken that.
Yeah, I'm late. I can't... Nah, I can't chase that.
I was thinking about entering, like, well, when we had this first little bit of absorption, but I just hesitated because I wanted that same. I had the same 1 minute order block here. This yellow box. I was waiting for that too.
Hell, I mean,
and here's the.
Maybe we get down to VWAP here. Yeah, I wanted to see that.
DOM surface, they call it.
Yeah. Yeah, it just looks very old school. It looks like the 2D bubbles. And this is how Sierra Charts has theirs set up as well. Everyone's trying to mimic Bookmap as much as possible, but it's like...
I don't love it.
I mean, it's usable, don't get me wrong, but where Bookmap really helps is the smart clustering, and it gets rid of all this shit here. Now, there might be a way to filter some of this, of course. Again, I'd probably fix the minimal trade size a little differently.
I haven't changed too much on here other than just the sliders, just playing around with those. Right. And I was trying to change this levels count because you can see my data I just have like 45, no, not even 15 minutes of data. This has been open all day, and I don't know why it only gives me that. So I was trying to add my New York VWAP, but
yeah,
I can't.
Did that start at New York Open?
It starts
kind of
like
odd time. Never mind.
an hour 15. Yeah, just randomly.
Yeah.
I think it's just keeping so much history.
All right, we are at
Sure.
VWAP here. Daily VWAP. All right. That was good for the short. Let's see if we can switch this into a long. Yeah, I really wish it had. Is there any way to put the numbers on the order book instead of just bars?
I don't know. I've not looked at that either.
Gotcha.
This is day one, so I've done
Yeah.
some stuff, but
Totally understand.
I don't know if it's there if I stretch it out. Maybe no. I think there is because I was watching a few YouTubes earlier. I'm pretty
Yeah, there's
sure.
got to be. I'm sure there is.
Yeah. It's not the friendliest UI. Like it's.
Yeah. And again, this is why I
Things are
switched to
hidden.
Bookmap years ago. I mean, Quantower is still great, especially for execution. Like, it's got such a great trading panel, especially with the, you can set up the auto calculation thing and you can lock out your account if you have like a max loss of, I don't know, whatever you set it to, like $200 or something, and of course for scalping, you can set a ton of hotkeys up on Quantower, which
Yeah, I
is
want to look at that.
yeah,
I'm
which
fumbling when it comes to setting up trades at the moment.
yeah, so it's super advantageous for scalping, and I mean, to tell you the truth, it's just advantageous for all trading because you don't need to be like fumbling over calculating what your position size should be for every single trade. You need to automate that shit. Like, you don't need to think about that. You need to think about trading in and of itself. That's it. And not many platforms allow you to do that. This is, Quantower is one of them. TradingView is another, which is why I use TradingView a lot. I wish Bookmap had that ability too, because Bookmap is actually just as good as far as execution speed as Quantower. It just doesn't have that auto calculation capability. Let's see what we see here. Okay. That would be nice to trap here. Damn it. I've lost Rhythmic connection. Thank you, Rhythmic.
Also can't figure out how to get CBD on the DOM surface.
Yeah, a lot of these other platforms don't do well with combining all these different charts, and they only allow you to separate it. Which again, this is why I use two different software, right? It's because I have not found one order flow software that just does everything across the board for, crypto support and futures or traditional assets if you want to trade stocks, whatever. Yeah, it's an unfortunate truth, and that's why I've really wanted to get to the point at some point in the future that I want to create my own order flow platform where I do fill in the gaps that all of these other ones are kind of falling short on. Because it's like every platform has really good strengths, but not one of them has them all in one package. Like, I don't know why no one out there has like really filled that gap. It's incredible. I mean, it's a big market that someone could really capitalize on. I mean, I wish I had the time to do it right now, but I don't. And it's a lot of fucking work. I do know someone that I'm in contact with that is somewhat working on that. So maybe we'll get to that point. But all right, Rhythmic, I guess we're gonna have to try to reconnect you, aren't we? I might have to shut Bookmap down and reopen it. This does not connect. And by the way, just so everyone knows, whenever your data goes out, it's not necessarily a software issue, it's the connection to Rhythmic itself. Every order flow platform has those issues. Every single one of them, unfortunately. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and shut this down, reopen it. That's gonna be the best way. That usually solves all the issues. Yeah, could be a nice little SFP here of these lows. I like this. So what I want to really see here, I wouldn't mind kind of seeing one of these guys here. So this could be a tap 2 entry. So if you know that this is going to be a tap 2 entry, just like if this was a tap 1, you're not going to enter in here and expect it to go all the way there, are you? No. You're going to expect this to be a short-lived long, which is basically a scalp or a counter trend scalp, right? So if we have a level that we're looking at, especially on Bitcoin, if it's a higher time frame order block, I see a lot of people taking that premature first tap trade and expecting it to run to break structure to the other side, or maybe rotate to the range that you're looking at. But I see people making that mistake all the time. You need to visualize a bigger accumulation, or whether it be accumulation or distribution here. Same thing up here. Like, if, you know, this was all-time highs here on ES, so we didn't have a level. But let's just say you had a level of supply here. Taking that first tap into, especially a higher time frame supply level, you have to expect it to only be a scalp, right? So this is why, especially in the course, when we get to those modules here really soon, we're going to go over how to combine SMC with order flow, and these are the types of trades that you can scalp. But don't get too excited about this just running all the way back down in one move. Yeah, sometimes that does happen, right? But if we're really looking for something like where big money's getting involved, we want to see signs of a distribution. So if you're taking that first tap into level, don't expect the world from that trade, right? Expect it to come back on you. And this is why I keep saying, when you enter in a first tap of a level and you enter in somewhere here and you have your stop loss up here maybe, or maybe you have a stop loss at the order block. Hopefully it's not this big of an order block, right? But you're going to need to trail that stop loss aggressively. And the first signs of absorption here or some type of level getting hit here, take some profit. Take 25, take 50% off the table, move your stop loss to break even or even into profit, right? And same thing when we get that tap 2. Don't expect tap 2 to just go all the way down. But when you get that tap 3, that's when you know you can let it breathe, let TPs ride, right? You're breaking a nice trend line. You're breaking structure here, whether it be here or here, whichever one you want to take. But you need to put all of this stuff in a framework to where it makes sense. And I'm saying this because I see this all the time. I have done tons of one-on-one mentorships with people, and they always come to me and it's the same issue, especially when you're using market structure alone, especially, God, I hope no one in here is using the 15-second or 30-second market structure shifts, but you do you. So if market structure shifts, let's get rid of some of this before I explain this. I'm sure you all already see where I'm going with this. But if we have a high right here, market structure shifts right here, and this is internal, I get that. You can't expect this to be a move to just go up here, where you retest this. And of course, it would, if you wanted to look at swing structure, this would have to break that low first and then break this high for that actual swing market structure shift. And then you take the retest here and you expect it to go higher, right? But if you're in a higher time frame order block, you're more than likely going to spend some time here in creating a bigger distribution, kind of like this. So maybe it breaks here, comes back down, does something like that. So again, if you're taking that first tap, just be ready to take some profits. Be ready to guard your trade. If you're taking that second tap, realize that we might come back down, do a retest, or you might end up just taking it all together for a model 1 or, you know, a 3 drives pattern, whichever way you want to see it. Every 3 drives pattern, every tap 1, tap 2, tap 3 is not necessarily a Wyckoff. And I'll be teaching you why later on. But I hope that makes sense, because I see that as a common problem. Like everyone's taking that first tap trade of a level and expecting it to go really far, and they keep their stop loss here and boom, they get taken out or whatever. Maybe they have the stop loss at the low, they get taken out. I see that happen to everyone, and hell, it happened to me for a long time until I started back testing. Hey, what do I actually see in these levels? Right? So, hope that makes sense. Should. And it looks like this came down to this imbalance here, really. Same thing here with Bitcoin. You get a first tap into that order block with your imbalance, and it's really this that we're looking at, not just this. So I hope that makes sense. man, I hope we get some push here soon. This is getting boring. I am moving my stop loss into profit. I did take a small long on ES from the VWAP, like I was mentioning earlier, from here. But again, I'm kind of looking at this as a tap 2. So when we come up to, like, we're hitting some supply right here, good idea to take a little bit off the table, right? Lock some profits in, or if you want to try to let it run, at least have your stop loss at break even, you know. But again, not financial advice. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just kind of telling you how I see the markets and what I see time and time again, especially what I see people having issues with time and time again. And I know a lot of it comes from people just trading SMC alone and trying to, you know, not miss out on the trade, right? Everyone wants to get into the trade. So as soon as you see your level hit and you get any kind of confirmation, you're fucking in, right? So you just got to step back too and ask yourself, like, what am I seeing here? Is this just a quick in and out? Like, price doesn't do this normally. It does do that sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it absolutely will. But just go back test it. Like, if you come down here on a lower time frame, you're probably gonna see a 3 tap in this area. Trust me, I've back tested that to nauseam. And that's exactly what you should be backtesting, by the way, on everything, not just market structure, but order flow too. Like, you want to go into these levels, right? You want to go in right here. What did we see? What happened here? Especially as you're learning module 3 and module 4, and next we're going to be pulling together 3 and 4. And that's going to be module 5. Like, you're going to want to backtest every little pivot point that you see. Like, how could I have gotten in here? What did I need to see here? Right? So you can clearly see delta flip, delta flipping. But of course, you're going to want to understand how to get in here before the flip gets in and dies out, right? So, and that's where bookmap comes into play. And let's start that back up. Because bookmap, and what is the value of order flow in general, right? So order flow gives us the ability to get in a trade much sooner than, like, RSI will confirm or market cipher B will confirm, and much sooner than market structure will confirm. So once we see all these ideas playing out, all of our confirmations that we're teaching in the course, you will be able to get in much sooner, much quicker. So for example, if, like, you see what you want to see and you're able to get into a trade here instead of here, or watching a break or a retest, and sometimes you can do the same thing on a retest and get that nice early entry even on that retest, and that's also a great way to do it. But nonetheless, if you're able to get in here or here somewhere and price pulls away, you can pull your stop loss to break even and create a free trade very quickly. Not only that, you have a much bigger risk to reward ratio out of a small movement. That's the power of order flow. That's why we use it, number one. Number two is so we actually see what's going on right here instead of just looking at this. Like, just looking at this, you can't see how many trap traders was in this. How significant was that, right? So hope that makes sense too. Okay, I'm moving my stop loss up on the ES trade, and I'm gonna take another small partial here too. Just a little one. And I'll post this in the chat so y'all can actually see it because it's on my other screen. All right, let's see. Okay, Rhythmic's back on. Yeah, if y'all ever have any connection issues, now normally it's solved by just closing down Bookmap and reopening it. Sometimes you get unlucky though. So yeah, that's actually a very good place to take profits. I'm actually going to take a little more profit on this ES trade now that I see we're bumping up to that New York VWAP. Because I can always add to my trade. So if we get a nice break and retest in New York VWAP, I'm going to enter in some of the profit that I just made into adding to the trade. Because again, I'm kind of looking at this as tap 1, tap 2. Maybe we come up here and then back down for tap 3. Maybe we wick back below VWAP, trapping some more shorts here, and then we run. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin's right on the liquidity level here. And it's gone. Run. All right, see, that's a very nice reclaim of New York VWAP. But they need to hold. It looks like someone came in real quickly. And that's the white vertical line. Remember, that's the large lot tracker telling us that this, at least this amount, was one entity, about 60% of this. And nice book flip here. You see resistance here, broken through, but then someone came over here and started supporting. So they're really kind of battling out here. Let's see where we're at. Okay, yeah. Coming up to that order block that I had marked out. Anybody have any questions, guys? Anything you want me to look at as far as doing TA, or questions on order flow, questions on the course, minus ETA questions of when the next lesson's going to be released? It will be soon, I promise you. Again, I'm not going to wait until the entire module is released because these are deep modules. So for anyone who wasn't here before when I explained that, I'm going to start releasing just a few lessons at a time. So I'm not going to wait until the entire module is completed to release it, because these are getting deeper and deeper, and they're going to take a little bit longer. At least some of them will, not all of them. Are getting a bit of absorption here. But I still like this reclaim in New York VWAP here. And this looks like a decent accumulation with a nice retest right here. So, but you always have to watch, is this accumulation about to form a distribution? Like, will this be a larger sweeping distribution here? poor highs, poor lows on TPO. Yeah, so that's very, very simple. So you either have excess at the highs and lows, which can also be seen as a buying or selling tell, which is considered a finished auction in TPO. And some really good things to, if you want to dig deep into TPO, look up Stridelmeyer and Dalton. They both have, they're the grandfathers of TPO. But let me explain it. Let's go over here. We will make this, no, not that one. This one. So you can see poor highs and poor lows here. And usually when you have a good high or low, it's going to leave like, and you can see this in the candles too. You don't even have to use TPO for this, but it's basically telling you that this is a unfinished auction. And this happens when you have several highs all at the same level. Okay. Now, when you have a nice selling tell or buying tell, you're going to have a row of single blocks here, kind of like this. Usually I like to actually see at least two here and not just one, but one is acceptable. But when you have two blocks here, block one, block two, it's basically saying like you have equal highs, equal lows, and they're going to come back to repair those because they consider that as an unfinished auction where both sides were just kind of undecided. So here's a, no, I'm sorry, that's two blocks. I'm trying to find you a really good example. So this is a nice example of a buying tell here, where you just have a string, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of a single row. And I can show you this over here on TradingView as well. So you can see here that, well, you might not be able to see that very, very well. Let's blow that up because it's dark. So this is the idea behind a poor low. So this is very, very close. I still actually don't like this. I would rather see at least 2 single blocks here, and really more like 3, to be honest with you. So this is a good low. That's a solid low. 1, 2, 3 blocks of single blocks. Same here. 1, 2, 3 of single blocks. So what do you do with these, right? Like, what does this mean to trading? Like, how do you apply this to your trading? Because that's the ultimate goal, right? You don't really just care about why they are created or what the market looks at them, or how the market looks at them. I kind of already said it, but it's an area that they want to finish the auction, meaning that they're going to come back for that high or low at some point in time. And it doesn't always have to be like in the same session, right? But that's usually the way you want to view it. Okay. Sometimes a lot of people will say, okay, we saw poor lows way down here, right? For example, and we want to target that low. But if you get in a short here, you can't just automatically say, oh, we're going to come down to that poor low. I don't use it like that. Now, the way I really like to use it, and you can't really see this in hindsight because it has to be developing. So let's say, for example, that this first high left a poor high. I want to see that taken out like during the same session. And that's usually where you'll see that type of behavior happen over and over and over again. And this is going to be in the course as well. I'm going to go over this more, but that is the gist of it. And again, I like to use it in the developing session rather than just looking at poor highs and lows everywhere on the chart. But you can use that as confluence. It is a good place to watch out for SFPs if you have a poor low there. But if you have a solid, good low, then that usually means that that's going to be the low put in, and then we're going to continue onwards, whichever direction you're looking at it from. But again, like you can see, like if you just take this away, you can see like this is very, very close to a poor low. This, obviously, very poor low. Like they're right side by side. When you get a wick like this, that's much better. When you get a wick like that, much better. Especially something like a buying tail like that, that's a very clear good low. Same thing here. So you don't really necessarily need TPO to see that. It's pretty much just saying that you have equal highs or equal lows somewhere. And it's more likely going to get taken out. And you more likely have more liquidity sitting there too. Yeah, this could be a strange little head and shoulders here. Model 2, whatever the hell you want to call it. But it could be a distribution forming here. Come back down, maybe sweep some internal liquidity, and then form that accumulation in this order block here. So I'm looking to see which side I can play, but you just really want to kind of play your range for what it is. Look for your extreme premium, extreme discount sections, find, those are your locations, find a level in those prime locations, look for your confirmations, decide what type of entry you want to do, aggressive, conservative, and then follow that up with a aggressive or conservative style of trade management. And again, if this is going to be tap 3, you might want to be a little more conservative. Yeah, I really need to figure out this no copyright music stuff. Yeah. We are getting some nice absorption on ES here. But New York VWAP and point of control is underneath us, and we have a low volume area right here. Some nice stacked liquidity below us as well. So that's telling me that someone's going to want to try to defend this level. If that liquidity stays, of course. Have to watch it when price gets there if it does. But so far, that's looking supportive. Later, Sveto. There we go. So we're hitting those dailies once again. Inside this order block, right inside the golden zone. So let's see if they can actually bust through it this time. And I'm moving my stop loss up again on the ES trade.
Hesitated on that same long that you're in. I'm
What'd you say?
Annoyed.
You're
I
on
hesitated
on
that
gotcha.
same long that you're in, and now I'm annoyed.
I mean, it's fine. There's gonna be plenty of other opportunities.
Yeah. True.
I've only got one contract, and I do micros, everyone. So I don't know if y'all are familiar with that, but it's the contract that is 1/10 of a mini. Because if I did a mini, I would probably only be able to use maybe one or two, and I couldn't take, can't take several TPs with that. I prefer micros on everything, especially Bitcoin. Like, I mean, you pretty much have to, unless you got a massive account, you're going to be forced to trade micros on Bitcoin. This is getting stuck right here. Let's go over here, see if we're setting up a trap. Come on, push. Yeah, we're right here at that point of control. We do have a bit of that buying delta on our delta profile up here. But again, I don't really care for these highs. Like I was saying before, I'm not really seeing this as a distribution. I think it's a weird looking, yeah, wouldn't even call it distribution, to be honest with you. Like I was saying before, I just don't really see this as a top. Could be wrong, but that's not normally what I want to see. So my bias is that we continue to climb. Well, that's a pretty big order here on the tape. Getting some delta divergence here on the delta bars. And let's see. What? No. Go back to that. Yeah, we're pretty much in the golden zone on both ES and Bitcoin right now. If I pull this over, we have just turned that support resistance back to resistance support. So it's a nice flip here. but kind of getting stuck in between this here. So I want to see this break one way or the other. And again, I'm already positioned long, so I still have one tiny little contract in this long, so I'm just holding it until here, to be honest with you. Unless they take my stop loss. But if we get back below this line, I pretty much want out anyways, because I'll try to find another entry here, or maybe down here. Sweep that low. This was our last order block that actually had a bounce here. We have another order block here. So I'm going to add that together. That's going to be my next support zone. I'm going to move that up to the 5 minute there actually. Take all of that. And we're going to update this one. Okay. So now we have some levels to the downside in case we do come back down, catch a nice continuation long. But I will say this is not a horrible area for a potential short. We're working back into this distribution. If they really want to stay positioned, they're going to defend that level. And of course, you'll want to see that on the heat map as well. So I'd be paying attention to 72.95 and 73 again. Yeah, 73's putting in some work today. Yeah, I mean, in typical ES fashion, especially this week, we've just been breaking highs and breaking highs and breaking highs. So that's why I'm holding. I'm just simply following the trend. Even though we are in a decent location for a short, we could potentially, it's kind of crawling up this trend line. Yeah, we could get some kind of short here and then take it back down to here and then hit another long to try to take these highs out as well. Be even better if we could sweep this. And then, you know, looking for that tap 1, tap 2, tap 3 scenario for that accumulation. So we have that distribution that turns into accumulation kind of behavior. And now that trend line's putting in some work here. Yeah, it's just steadily buying it up here. Let's get ready for this level to get hit. We see some people trying to step in here. The last second, you get some passive walls. I like 72.95 and 73. And again, CBD is straight up. Nice grind up. If this is going to really break through, I'd love to see it just a straight spike. Kind of like this here. Like you want to see something like that. Just a ton of aggression coming in. That's not good. So you can do the same thing with trend lines on CBD, by the way. I don't know if anybody knows this yet, but you can draw trend lines on CBD too and watch for breaks on that. Okay, nice. Okay, so that divergence just got invalidated. Very nice. That's exactly what I wanted. Let's keep pushing. And again, starting to get over that trend line area here. Man, just volume's just kind of falling off here. Nice. So they have some reloaders right here. They did knock out this wall. However, a lot of that was just being pulled. You can see it pulling right here. So that's not clear absorption. Now it did start to fill right here. But they pulled right here. Actually, we're going to lower this a little bit. You see CBD starting to die out just a little bit here. Nothing crazy though, but they're coming back. Sell wall's coming back. Come on, let's get a nice push up. I'd rather see it come up here to 73 and do a sweep of the highs. You know what? I meant to add to my ES trade, and I sure did forget. Whoa, shit. Yep, that just took me out. And there it is. That was not the spike in the direction that I wanted. Damn. Very nice. Okay, let's see if we can reclaim VWAP here. Yeah, that's... So let me show you. Hit our level, but there was no time to enter that. And that's exactly what I was saying. Sweep these lows here. We had inducement on this. But, man, it looks like it's coming down on Bitcoin and ES. Did we have news today? Anybody know? Oh, that was at 10, so nothing currently. Okay, maybe we can get a little bit lower here. Yeah, I really wouldn't mind it coming back down to the VWAP, but damn, I don't know. With this level of absorption that's already happened that quick, damn it. Yeah, that was impossible to catch, so I just have to let that one go. But I guess my long is now closed. So let's take a look. Awesome. Okay. So Trump is back with the volatility. That's what I was thinking. I was just about to say that. I was like, there's no news, but did Trump just tweet something or say something? Man. Yeah. I'll tell you what. And I wasn't on live, but I was telling some people in here yesterday, like last year when Trump was really heavy on all that back and forth on the tariff stuff. Man, I was just making money left and right through that volatility. It is kind of crazy how just him saying something can just move the market so quick. So let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at what happened. So we did see some absorption here, but really nothing crazy. It was really aggression. Because there was no crazy passive wall here, but there's also, again, you don't have to have high volume to make moves, right? Because if you have low liquidity, all of the buy walls below you are minuscule, very, very small, right? So like, let's take a look at this here. You see a wall of 83, but you had 144 selling off here. And then after that, it was all dark. So you don't need a lot of selling to just break through this dark void of liquidity, right? And again, you see this wall here is 50, 53-ish, right? But 114. So it's very easy to overpower small walls. You don't need big money to overpower that. It kind of tried to catch it here, but it didn't get very far. And here they are trying to create some more. Oh no, they pulled. Wow, lots of volatility there. So next question in my mind is, are they going to try to trap all of these people that shorted? Or is this just the first leg of a redistribution? Now, I'm kind of still seeing this as an accumulation right here. But since this was on news, I don't really like that as the move. To be honest with you, I'm going to look at this as its own range. And if we get back here, I kind of want to see it dip back down again. But seeing this, we can probably already tell that that was some massive absorption here. Let's take a look at that in Bitcoin as well, actually. I mean, it really wasn't massive absorption. I can't say that. No. It was just a very low volume move. So the absorption didn't have to be very heavy. We do have a nice big order right here though. 555. Take a look on Bookmap here. So yeah, that's definitely a massive order book imbalance. So that's exactly what that looks like. And again, you can just simply see the numbers or the bars here. I mean, the bars are very small, massive mountain peak right here. Same thing with volume on our SVP. So yeah, that could have been the third tap there. I would like to see that come back down one more time though. But if these guys get trapped here and start releasing, let's take a look at liquidity. I mean, liquidations. Yeah, there wasn't any crazy liquidations. almost had a single candle delta flip here. Let's see, that's very, very close to zero. So you had two-sided aggression that it was almost equal. And look at that. This is how clean ES is, guys. Like, I can't stress this enough. Like, it's, man, I don't want to say it's like the easy train, because sometimes it is hard. It's very different sometimes too, because you don't always get these massive pullbacks like on Bitcoin. You know, you might see this pullback like that, but on ES, you just get a little tiny pullback. Same thing in NQ. But that was a clean hit. So you had this supply range right here. Nice clean retest of that supply range. I'm gonna take a quick look at TPO. Yeah.
First day of scalping ES. So it's a very, very small data set, but I've had 4 scalps, 4 wins. So it definitely moves nice and is less like weird wicks and stuff that Bitcoin often
Absolutely.
has.
Absolutely, man. It's more precise. It's slightly more controlled at times. Not all the time. I'm telling you, it will surprise you. Like, you do still get some crazy wicks, but in comparison and how often that happens, it's not quite as often. And you can, again, everyone don't trust what I say. Just back test it. But usually like this style of candle right here, that Darth Maul candle. Those are usually news-oriented candles. That happens a lot. But yeah, nonetheless, like overall, it's a very, very nice asset to trade. And if you have any issues trading Bitcoin or even altcoins, give it a shot. Just demo trade it. Don't trade it live. Just demo trade it for a little while. I mean, we're just getting just look at even using something as simple as trend lines. Look how cleanly it's respected trend lines. Nice clean hit on the 786. Yeah, and it also like order blocks, they get very cleanly respected. Bitcoin respects order blocks very cleanly too. But like if you look at gold, if you had an order block like this, gold would do that. Run right through the block. All the time. All the fucking time. Silver, much better. And gold used to be a lot cleaner. But I think in the parabolic environment it's been in, I think something kind of changed. And again, look at just a nice clean 1 minute order block. And I know I've said this a bunch, but like I don't ever use the 1 minute on Bitcoin. But for ES, look how clean the 1 minute structure is. You can trade the 30 second, the 1 minute on ES and NQ all day long and has great respect, much less flip-flop back and forth than Bitcoin. Just a different animal.
Yeah, I feel naughty looking at the 1 minute again, but it really does work on ES.
It does. I mean, again, just try it for yourself, and that's how you're going to gain confidence. No words that I say is going to give you confidence or tell you what something does as much as your own experience. And that's why I always say, this is a game of practice, 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 and experience. Nothing's going to replace that ever with anything, really. No matter what you do in life. Got to put the reps in, right? Draw our order blocks in here. See about the 10, the 15. Do I want to draw that in? Since we have this small 1 minute, I'm not going to draw that one in. Let me see what's going on here real quick. Yes. Let's see if we're going to break. Ooh, we did trap some nice longs right here. I want to see it lose. So we have the point of control and naked VWAP all right here. So right now it's going to act as support until we lose it. So I'm looking at that trend line right here, you know, right here, which is all kind of aligning with the VWAP. If we can break that and get a nice clean retest with some confirmations, I'll entertain a short on that. Anybody else taking any good trades today so far? Anybody want to go over any trades or have any questions? I am going to have to jump off of here probably in the next 15 minutes. It's getting lunchtime here and I got to go run some errands, and I've already made some good trades for the day. So Friday is usually not my favorite day to trade. However, it's actually a Good Friday. Let's go back over there real quick. No, hadn't lost it there yet. Not interested yet. We see this kind of support forming here, and it's just kind of winding up. I don't like it. I want to see it break. We have liquidity on both sides of this little mini range, so ooh, heavy liquidity jumping in here now. Of course, that might flicker on and off, but that is one entity. The majority of that is one entity right here with that vertical white line. That's the large lot tracker on Bitcoin. I need to cut my size in half because I'm not going to risk much more for the day. So we're kind of back testing this level now. Micro back testing it. Let's see if we can get some juice behind it and maybe take it down to the to VWAP. And that's what it's 72.87. Where's that at? That's right above that 1 minute block. So I'm going to try a small short here, and I mean small because I don't like this just yet. And I'm putting my stop around 72.88 above this liquidity. It's a very small position, only about 150 bucks risk on it, so house money. I'm okay with taking a little riskier position, and this is, to me, a little riskier position. We did break down from the trend line, we broke down from the VWAP, but I'm not necessarily trading from like an order block. We don't really have any crazy confirmations here other than like trapping these guys here. However, when I do have some house money, I don't mind taking a little riskier position, especially if I can move my stop loss. Now I'm moving my stop loss down to a $25 loss. Okay, now I'm moving to break even. Break even now. Break even now. I'm going to go ahead and take very small partial. And I'm letting the rest ride to VWAP. Maybe actually, what is 72, 75? Yeah, that's right at VWAP. So we do have this liquidity right here at VWAP. And I'm saying daily VWAP. New York VWAP's here. Daily VWAP is down here on TradingView. So that's what I want. Let's see if we can get it. Still have that liquidity sitting up here. And I have my stop loss. Well, sorry, no, I moved that now. I did have my stop loss initially at 72.88 above that. And that's what I was using as my initial stop loss, just to be clear on that. And I'm going to start trailing my stop loss here as well. Right here is where I have my stop loss. Whoa, too much. So right above this high. Because we are starting to sweep this low now. Actually, I'm going to take a small bit more profit. And I have 3 contracts left in to go to the VWAP. And that'll be it for me. I'll be done for the day after this one. That's it. But that's how I like to do it. This was a great example. So we shorted here. And I put my stop loss above here. I was using this because I didn't have anything. I wasn't taking it was really just a break and retest style of trade. So I didn't, unfortunately, I usually like to take trades from an order block. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I use these levels as a break and retest. But you have to find some kind of logical way. Some kind of logical location to put your stop loss at, right? And thankfully we had this right here. So that's exactly what I used. I put it above here. And as soon as we started breaking down, taking these lows, coming into this liquidity zone here, and I'm going to take that there. Yep, it just hit VWAP. Okay, perfect.
I shorted that too. As soon as I saw those trap longs,
yeah,
there was a volume divergence as well.
Very nice, man. Very, very nice.
It's just flirting with my TP. Obviously, I only have 1 contract, so I can't partial.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, so we're hitting that liquidity level, and we're right on VWAP. Right on VWAP. So that's why I took profit, by the way, guys. So just so you know what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, right? Because I'm trying to just basically show you the way I do things, especially like the trade management side. Like when you're taking a riskier setup, I just guard that trade. Like I don't want to get taken out. Like I'm okay with taking 10 break evens more than I'm okay with taking a loss, right? Even though it's house money, like I could have taken a loss and been fine, but why? Like why not? I'm okay. So my position is all about stacking base hits. Like I don't give a shit about like all these home runs, because I know plenty of times, like from the short earlier today, I really didn't expect it to run that far. I'm sorry, the long. But yeah, I left some runners, and then we caught that nice short as well too. So you will inevitably get yourself into home run trades at some point if you're leaving, some kind of runner. I promise you it will happen. So don't try to hit home runs all the time. I promise you, there's no fucking way you can predict the market. Just because I said, I wanted it to come down VWAP and it happened, that's just by chance, by probability. That doesn't mean I can predict the market. I want to make that very fucking clear. And I've been talking about this a lot, and let me kind of say this here now. It's going to be in the course. Like, if you have an uptrend and you're expecting after break of structure uptrend for a retracement to come back down, and you have 5 order blocks below you, there is no way anyone is going to predict which one of these is going to hold to take the new high or to make a new high. I promise you that. There's no certainty to trading like that. There's only probability. So if anyone's telling you, oh, I'm looking at this one and this is the one I want, and then it happens to go there and they're right, and they go on YouTube and they, oh, I'm the king of trading because I got this prediction right. Just take that with a grain of salt. I promise you they cannot replicate that over and over and over again. I promise you that. So I hope by now in your trading journey, you have already realized that, but it definitely needs to be said. And just because I get some kind of prediction right every once in a while, I promise you, I can't do that over and over again. I promise you, I am wrong plenty of the time. I just know how to manage my trades. That's it. That's the secret sauce, if you want to call it that. It's really not secret. It's just kind of common sense. But there's different schools of thought. Some people like to enter a trade here. No, stop that. Enter a trade here, put their stop loss there, and let it run to a new high, and they will never move their stop loss. I used to do that. And guess what happened? Boop. Round trips. Because I was so convicted in this position that I didn't see this distribution. I didn't see absorption here, and how large it was, etc., whatever you want to see. Yeah. You get married to a trade, you get married to a bias. Fuck that. No. You will never catch me doing that. This is a game of probabilities, and if you don't run at that, it's straight gambling. Trading is very, very close to gambling. Extremely close. So you need to be aware of that and be cautious. Be very conscious of your mindset around trading. You don't want to get caught into this, gambling mindset, this dopamine hit every time you're right. You're fucking bouncing off the walls in celebrations, and then you go on a roller coaster. The next string of losses you're in, you're just completely depressed in the dumps, and you don't want to do anything. You don't want to leave your bed, right? Or even worse, you smash your screen, you throw your mouse across the room. Believe me, I've experienced all of those and everything in between. I feel your pain if you've ever gone through that. Hell, every trader's going to go through that at some point in time. And if you haven't, good. That's great. Hopefully you don't ever have to. But it's very hard not to go through that. Because the market definitely will humble you, for sure. But yeah, just going back to what I'm saying, the reason why I have such a high win rate is because when I enter in trades and I put my stop loss at the top of a order block like this, or maybe liquidity level like we saw here on ES, I'm trying to move that damn stop loss to the break even as soon as I fucking can. And yeah, sometimes I get stopped out and I have to re-enter somehow. Or maybe I have to wait for another break and retest and re-enter. There are ways to re-enter. You just have to get good at it. You got to get out of the mindset of the fear of missing out, right? Just like I was saying earlier, what was it? Yeah. Shit, I can't remember what trade. I think it was this short here. Like I was saying that, or maybe it was this one from here. And it was this one from here. I was kind of pissed that I didn't get this short because it was a nice, clean back test of that trend line that we broke, but I did end up catching the short from the break of this. So that's exactly what I'm talking about. Don't have any fear of missing out. There's going to be a trade around the corner. I mean, look how many trades we had today, or at least opportunities, right? So don't feel bad about that. There's no reason to. Looking like it's going to be a nice bounce from VWAP.
A minute order block here too. At least on ES there is.
Oh, did we? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, you had a, man, look at that aggressive buying here on ES. 646 on ES is a massive amount, guys. Massive amount for ES. So when you see something like that, that's usually the time that you want to pull the trigger. Especially after a little absorption here. Not crazy absorption. This is majority exhaustion right here. But, you know, there's absorption happening everywhere. Hopefully everyone understands that by now. It's just what significant absorption there is. So we do have a little bit of support coming here, 191. Majority of that is one entity. That's always nice to see for support, especially after you have this supply flip right here. So you had supply right here, got rejected from that supply. Massive order stepping in. Order block here, right? You break that resistance, or you break through that supply, and we back test it, hopefully. So anybody have any questions about, hell, anything? Because I am going to have to run here soon.
Yeah, I'm hopping off now as well. It's F1 practice today.
Oh, nice. Get down, man.
Like a
Sounds like
5-week
fun.
break.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, good to have you. And yeah, I guess with that said, I'm going to hop off here as well, guys. I'm done for the day. I've got some errands to run and go grab some lunch. So I appreciate everybody being here as always. And if you have any questions or anything, you can always post them up in the Discord. Any other feedback, anything. Get the conversation going. So anyways, I'll see you on the next live. Appreciate everyone for being here, and catch y'all later.